Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a video kind of talking to you about this new tone match thing that I'm using for my Fractal presets. Recently I got an XFX3 and kind of went to town tone matching any amp that I could get my hands on. And the first one was the 2-Rock Traditional Clean that I have here at home. It's the combo version, the 40-20 watt version, and it's an amazing amp. And unfortunately in the Fractal universe, we don't have a clean platform 2-Rock amp yet. So this is kind of the best we can do right now. And in all honesty, I think this tone match thing is really quite special. And I wanted to kind of talk to you about this because in the Fractal world, there's not much information about it. Like, we have a bunch of different creators like Worship Tutorials who create presets with tone matches, but from what I know, no one has done tone match capture packs yet, like kind of what I'm offering. And so I just wanted to kind of educate you on what my goal is for this type of thing with the Fractal units. So today what I'm going to be doing is taking you through two different presets. The first one is the 2-Rock Traditional Clean-ish, and this is what I had going on before I got the XFX3 and before I was able to do any capturing of the actual 2-Rock amp. It was just kind of listening back to some recordings that I made with the 2-Rock amp, the real one, and then trying to dial it in using EQ and a bunch of other stuff in the Fractal. So it was kind of a clean-ish type of thing. And then once I got the XFX3, I just wanted to do the real thing and create a tone match. So we're going to take you to XFX3 right now, and I'm just going to kind of start flip-flopping back and forth between the two and just kind of taking through my process of the tone matching in the Fractal. All right, so here we are in XFX or Xedit 3. Going to go ahead and pull up my original preset for you, and that is right here. So this is 2-Rock Traditional Clean-ish. OG just means the original one because I did a couple updates. Now, if you have this, I mean, it's a really great preset. I love it. It's just, there's something really special about the tone matching. So I'm gonna talk to you about that in just a second. So this one, it's available on my website if you want it. It's just a great preset, has a bunch of different scenes. It's got 4 scenes ranging in different gain staging. But let's kind of more dive into the clean stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play you just some basic stuff. And what I want you to listen to is the low-end content and kind of the high-end sweetness, just to see if it's there, because that's how I describe a 2-Rock amp. It has a low-end bounce, it's very deep, at least this amp is, and then there's a natural compression on the front. It's sweet high-end, it's not overly bright, it's just perfect. So here it is. Okay, so take a listen to this up break and this low E. So hopefully it's coming through that it's got punch to it for sure, but it's after having the real 2-Rock in hand for a while, there's like a really deep low end, and I don't know if I would categorize it as like sub 100, but maybe it's just being in the room and hearing it and feeling the speaker in the cab and all that stuff. But then let's go up to this guy right here. So here's the low end. Again. All right, so now you're probably saying, yeah, there's a difference in low end. Why don't you just use some EQ? Well, let's give that a try really quick. So I'm going to do this. Let's turn up the depth here. Bass is already up here. Let's see what if it's like in the 100 or even below that, where we get that really deep thing going on. So right about there. Let's see what this one does, 62. Not as much going on there. So now it just kind of feels woofy. Here, I'm gonna hit that note again. So hopefully it comes through that. I don't know. When you play this tone match, you can just really feel, or at least hear the whole cab speaker experience come in, and it's just a super deep low end, and I just love it. So really quick, I'm gonna take you through just kind of the tone match process. So when I'm doing a tone match, I'm using two different mics. I'm using an SM57 and I'm using a Beyerdynamics 160, and I'm putting them into a mixer, and then I'm miking the front of the cab and making sure that they're in phase and everything. And then what I want to do is to start finding a comparable amp in the Fractal. Now the problem is, if I go back to, where is it, the 2-rock traditional clean-ish. So I used the Two-Stone J35, which is great, but the problem is, you'll see right here is the overdrive parameter. Now if you turn it all the way off, you're not going to get hardly anything. So compared to, so right there, you can't turn it off. So again, no clean platform, 2-rock. So I couldn't use that in this tone match, because the tone stack and gain structure is totally different. Because when you do the tone match, it's basically creating an EQ curve. So it can't replicate the gain structure of the amp, so you actually have to pre-select that, if that makes sense. So and go into my actual tone match right here. If you check this out, this is the ODS 100 clean, and that was the closest kind of overall gain structure amp type to the 2-rock. So I chose that, and then what you do is you select the tone match block. So I'm not going to take you through like a tutorial on how to actually do this, but it is really interesting. So what I did was I would start both at the same time and just kind of play some chugga chords kind of all over the place, because what the tone match block is trying to do is analyze all the different frequencies, especially on the guitar and everything, and what that brings out through the amplifier, and making sure that your cab block is disabled and any effects are disabled unless they are drives and they're essential to getting that tone. And then what you do at the end is you can do a bunch of smoothing, you can do a certain amount of tone correction, I guess. But what I like to do is just hit this reference solo. So once that's on, you can kind of flip-flop back and forth. But it was just crazy how close it really was, and the feel was there, as you can hear in the little clip that I just played. But there's just really something special about this tone match thing, because in all other amp modelers like Kemper, Tonex, Quad Cortex, and Headrush Prime, they are not actually able to separate out the gain structure and the IR. They're captured all together. Now this way it is a lot more accurate. And speaking of accuracy, in reading the wiki on the Fractal wiki about the tone matching, there's a quote in there that says the amp modeling that's already in the Fractal is not super accurate. Now, it's not dogging on Fractal at all, but what they're doing is they are trying to replicate the speaker impedance, but they can't get it exactly right. But there is a slight audible difference, and what the tone match does is it corrects that speaker impedance curve, which is really cool. It makes it like super authentic. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of play a little bit, but the 2-Rock traditional clean pack is awesome. Have a bunch of different things going on there. Here, I'll just kind of take you through. I'm not going to play, but this is kind of what you get in the pack. You get just a basic thing, signal chain, you get the amp, you get the tone match IR, and then you get some reverb, and you get it in a bunch of different settings. Like right here, B means the bright switch was engaged for the amp, and then all the way to like flat would be everything at noon. And then I also had my favorite settings, and then also going to the new pack, which is the Wonderland Overdrive, and that is based on the clean side of like a John Mayer Sig type of amp, and then a Dumble ODS circuit. So it's really quite cool, but there's a huge difference in the feel. So I'm just going to play a little bit, so just bear with me here. And then let's go back to the first one that I had. All right, so I'm hoping that you really hear a difference. There's just something really special about the tone matching, and I know I already said that. It just elevates everything in the Fractal, which is already quite awesome. I feel like now I have what I want, what I've been searching for, which is that really authentic John Mayer tone, and the 2-Rock traditional clean is the successor to the John Mayer signature 2-Rock amp, just more of the production model. But I hope this was enlightening, hope it was helpful, but most of all, I just hope it validates kind of the awesome technology in the Fractal universe, that is the tone matching. So if you want to check out these presets, they're all on my website, johnconshiro.guitar.com. Take care.